Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deploy the Garrison Season 4, Episode 6. I'm your host, Kris, riding shotgun as always. We have Alan. How are you, my friend?
Doing great. I'm pretty hyped for this one. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But before we start with the only officers' mess main topic, but before we start with that, I wanted to take some time to thank the patrons who helped carry that burden of hosting and all the different subscriptions. So thanks to Adam, Alan, Ben, Jono, and Peter. It's been a great help this month. Couldn't do it without you. And yeah, you can find all of the extra content over at Dice Hate on Patreon. So, Alan, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I mean, Officer's Mess. I did get my league game in finally.
So,
So, you know,
as an inside note to the listeners here, I didn't check that before we went live, and I haven't played since the last game I've already spoken about, which, if you recall, was right after the recording before. So I'm jonesing for some Legion action. I've been like, just not been able to get out. But yeah, so I'm glad we have a topic to talk about.
yeah, right. And well, okay, so quick game. We're doing an escalation league. So right now we are in the recon level. I pulled Jack and I had played Empire. I have Vader, double dewback, Callus, one unit of snows, one unit of storms. So 6 acts. And he has Grievous, a Magna Guard, Maul's probe droids, and 3 B1s with extra body. So just kind of quick go and man, 7 activations. Like just having one extra activation and then I'm pretty sure he played standing orders or whatever. And then
Weird.
so
No
yeah,
way. No
weird.
way.
No way. Anyway, so I play Darkness Descends so I can infiltrate Vader, and him having 2 acts after me is just like, oh,
Oh.
okay, this does not feel good.
Man, I bet you that felt like a really dull, predictable play pattern.
Well, it was interesting in the way of like, okay, where can I go safely? And it turns out it wasn't safe where I went. Right off the rip on turn 2, he dives in his Magna Guard into Vader and does 4 wounds just right out the gate. Like, okay, that's how we're going to start this game. Okay, well, this
Yeah.
is going to be interesting. Um, so the games are fixed as far as what we're playing. So it's intercept transmissions and then surface scan. Those are like that's what are called out in the league doc. So we just kind of stuck with that. I didn't want to mess with anything too far from what AMG gave us for
Yeah.
this league. So at the recon level, it's just like you both are playing this, you both are playing this. Both of your advantages are this. I missed the part where it says your advantages are this. I thought it was just hey, your mission and your secondary are fixed, but you're supposed to use cunning deployment for both of you. We just did 3 cards, and I got I got advanced intel. He had cunning deployment, so I managed to stall one activation, but it's still he had after me, and it's ugh, blah,
So
blah.
even after
Anyway,
cheating, you weren't happy. Oh man.
yeah, well, accidentally cheating, but yes. He still was going after me. Anyway, so he comes in, smacks Vader for 4 right off the rip, and it's just like, oh boy, this is going to be a fun start. Um, Magna Guard are really good. They're immune melee or immune pierce and melee. New Grievous is immune pierce, just like full stop. Maul was immune pierce, so Vader is just like, okay, so I have to fight off Grievous, Maul, and Magna Guard. I mean, I had my one dewback that was right there, and then the other one came around. But boy, it was okay. I'm on the back foot. Let's play the objective. Just immediately, we have to play squirrely and do some. You have to pull out all of the tricks and nonsense. It felt. I did pull the game out, and the score
Good.
shows a very different story than what it looked like on the table. But it goes back and forth. Uh, Vader's like chipping things away. He gets a little bit of Maul, and then Maul, the top of 3, just immediately just kills Vader out. A Dewback comes in, gets revenge, kills Maul. Maul drops his intel or something like that, and so I was slowing him down. It's been a little while, so I'm trying to replay it in my mind, and it's
Yeah.
not great. But the first scoring turn, it was 5-1, because I got someone killed or panicked, or they dropped their scanner on turn 2, so I was able to score 2, get my scan off, and then contest his scanner with a scanning unit. So immediately just 5-1, because he only was able to secure one other location. Then it just kind of stayed at that tempo where I was able to kind of keep control, where I was getting my scans done. I was denying his scan because he kept dropping his scanners. I killed the unit that had the scanner, killed the unit that had the scanner. Controlled the game, and it ended up being like 13-4. But
Yeah.
like it was real touch and go because Grievous is a monster. Those Magna Guard, when they're with him, are also pretty brutal. CIS Maul is still something you have to respect, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna lose Vader real quick, and hopefully we can squeak this out with the Dewbacks. And they
Yeah.
did. So
Good. Good.
little this, little that, but it's fun. And then I have the buy for this next set, and so my next game will be probably first week or so of July.
Okay. Okay. Well, I've done a lot of list building, which then was invalidated, but we'll get to that later.
Just a little bit.
But I've been trying to figure out exactly what I want to do next after the Wookiees, and it's like, oh man, the patrons voted, feels like over a year ago now, for it to be experimental droids, and I have that still. But then it's like, oh, but I'm so close to getting extra Shadow Collective done. It's like, oh, these rebels seem interested. So yeah, I'm super hyped on Legion again at the minute. You know, all of that. Oh, I don't know what to do. I managed to get my Bad Batch and my Padawan Ahsoka. But then I was like, oh, I could also try and get Fulcrum and some Sweeper Cell, because I've got a bunch of Rebels, and I picked up that Rebel Trooper box to do an unboxing of, which I've still not done yet. And I was like, oh, well, I do have those Aquas and the Crabs, so I could do that. So yeah, I did a bunch of list building, and then wasn't even mad. Yeah. So even before this, I don't want to call it an emergency update, but this little surprise, you know, a surprise but a welcome one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, here, we got something for you. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah. So obviously that's going to be our main topic, but before we get to that, I should go through and offer some congratulations, because the Invader League pods have finished. So we did sponsor 5 pods. I've sent the money off for that prizing, and it should all be winging its way to winners now. So congratulations to Jeff Vader, Obi-Wan Toby-Wan, Ginger4565, Slow-Mo with a 0 for the O, and then TM Hindubrand with the winners for our pods. Don't forget, we still have the hobby prizes for Invader League still to come. So you can check that out over on the Legion Discord and follow the Invader League over there. Oh, yeah. There you go. Look at that ad read. It was great. Definitely did ruin it by telling you all about how that ad read was great.
Consummate professional.
Oh man, look, I paid them $150. And like, look,
oh boy.
Look, man, I'm sure the listeners are flooding in. We must be the biggest podcast ever now because I'm such a community-led again.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh boy.
I mean, I had to spend that Patreon money somehow. It could have paid the bills that are due every month, or we could have used it to do something fun. So I'll use my dole money, my unemployment benefits to pay for the subscriptions that we need, and use the Patreon money to send it off to pay these prizes. It's fine. It'll all work out in the end, I'm sure. You know, Dice is a professional operation, but it's in no. But yeah, like literally, I have nothing for my officer's mess other than I've thought about Legion quite a lot and haven't had a chance to play it all. So we can kind of skip on to a main topic if you want.
Yeah. All right. We'll go ahead and let's dive in. Hopefully we can keep it to our normally brief, but
I think so.
recently stretching.
I did a Legion video already. I
Yeah.
did my hot takes on all the points. That was
Sure.
fun.
Yeah.
That was actually really fun, just recording some content. It's been so long since I just did a YouTube video, and I got my old backdrop out, and I did the green screen effect, and did it. You know, it was all fun. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do the upgrades, but I was like, I don't want to. I feel like this is more of a back and forth conversation for us to enjoy. So,
Yeah.
do you have anything points wise you want to hit first, or do you want me to run through?
I think generally all of the stuff that like was very obvious felt like it got touched at least, and then there were some welcome surprises. I
Yeah.
am annoyed that my well, I guess I play both factions, but the Imperial Lat didn't come down the same amount. Boo. Boo this man. I want a cheaper Lat. But anyway, the Gar, it's good for them.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see more Gar Lats as opposed to just Imperial Lats. Seeing any Lats would be cool. It's a very cool model.
Yeah, I think the change to transport did a lot, and I think that it's the right kind of change. My suspicion is that the Imperial one will follow, just not as quickly.
Sure. Well, I mean,
so
there's
I feel
there's
like,
an upgrade in there.
Yeah, I feel like there's that much stuff with Empire that they're kind of tweaking knobs and pulling levers on.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean. There isn't enough. There's not enough to just do the Lat immediately, and because it will skew, right? You don't want to pull the pool of data that you're trying to gather. So,
right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. But I mean, just in general, like everything that came down makes sense. You know, we haven't seen a lot of them for various places, and then the ones that went up, like Arcs went up, Sleeper Cell and the Astromech went up. All of this are pretty well documented. Things are doing well, so I think the ones that went up make sense.
Yeah. I know that I've been pretty happy with my my 20 points that I got back for Yoda.
Yeah.
Just a cheeky little refund.
It's not nothing.
No. I mean, it's in fact standing orders and then 3 upgrades that we'll talk about later on the Fluttercraft.
Yep. Weird.
Yeah, that was my biggest Gar take. In fact, no, I think my biggest Gar takeaway is Padme. I think she's a sweeper. Right, 52 points for that activation. It feels like a real good value.
I suppose, but she's still pretty squishy, which would be my concern. But I mean, she's dirt cheap. She is outside of like getting a Merc, outside of Pikes, she's the cheapest activation in Gar now.
Yeah, and she's a single model, so she's easier to play around the terrain.
Sure.
And she still does all of that supporty Padme stuff.
Not as much as she used to, because she doesn't have authoritative and and Exemplar. But I mean, she can still bolster. She has Inspire 2, which is not nothing. Sharpshooter is fine, I suppose. 3 red dice.
Yeah.
Actually, there's
See,
crit.
you're seeing it now,
Hang
aren't
on.
you?
Huh.
Yeah. Surge to crit, 3
Huh.
red dice.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter
Okay.
2,
With
surge
Sharp
to
2.
crit, 3 red dice. Yeah.
Nimble.
Yeah.
Agile. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
52 points.
Hmm.
Told you, sweeper. There's so much really exciting, obvious stuff that I think this one will take a little bit of time for people to warm up to. But I genuinely feel that Padme is in a good place.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll have to see. I mean, 8 points is not nothing. I mean, she was still cheap at 60, but, I don't know. Thinky noises. We'll have to see.
Diplomatic cover is still a way of getting secret mission as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's something that you then have to deal with.
I suppose, but man, secret mission is so hard to get. But like, if she's on her own and you're just ignoring her, then I mean, a point's a point, right?
But remember, like all the objectives are in different places now. I feel I think that there's scope for Padme, but there we go. And I think ARC Troopers are still good.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, they are still solid. I think it was bringing them into line what their actual value is short answer.
Yeah,
we'll see if the extra points kind of tamps down the medic arcs that we were seeing.
Yeah, what do you think? Where do you want to go next? Shall we just bounce to Separatists while we're in the Clone Wars era?
Sure, why not? Asajj coming down was a surprise. Yeah.
That was what were we reading? Was that on the Crate Discord? That she was already one of the best value pieces in the faction. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was Dave's opinion.
Yeah, I think that she is and was good. I think I have the same kind of opinion of her as I did of Ahsoka Fulcrum, which we'll get to when we get to Rebels. But I don't think that Asajj has the same table presence that Ahsoka does, because it's so much easier to play a different style of Separatists at the moment. I think the play style of those B2s, Aquas, Crabs, or Double Snail, I think that kind of feels easier, and the strength is more in your face and like brutal. So I don't. I'm hesitant to say that it's too much, but maybe that's the one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, she's been always less of a utility piece the way Ahsoka was, and she was always more of a cruise missile beat stick is what I always saw Asajj being played as. And now she's just a cheaper cruise missile. I mean, realistically, that makes it easier to slot in with that same metal wall type of plan where you've got
not really, because you're paying 21 points for your droidicas, so.
Well, I mean, if you're not using droidicas, if you're still using crabs and aquas, like she can go hide behind that line and then just burst through it and then smack into something. But the Stack Riders coming down is
I don't. So I think I mentioned this on one of my comments. I can't remember if it was on Discord or on Facebook. But I think the problem with Staps at the moment is the current mission pack. I think as the game evolves, those units, because everything that fits that mold came down. So I think that when they did that speeder, anything that has that free move, turn one, fast ability to get to objectives was priced quite high. They all went up, as I recall.
Yeah.
And now I think they've just effectively come back down to where they were. Right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. With the Barks, it's not as much, but they had that spread across their gunners as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because the Imperial bikes came down
Back down to 70.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the swoops didn't change, but they've been
They were already
in it.
70, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
So they just overvalued that mobility in the
yeah.
current mission set.
Poggle some
Yeah,
fact,
maybe.
both 55. I think that's a fun little change. I don't know that it's necessarily going to dominate any matters until we do get a Geonosian battle force. I don't think the Geonosians offer enough as is to compete with the other playstyles. I think you could now build a Geonosian list and use those extra points to make it more competitive. I'm not saying that they're bad, but I don't think that the prevailing meta will allow them to see much play. You might get one of them just as a cheap activation to kind of take advantage of their abilities if you're doing other things. Like a Sunfac could be an interesting 55-point piece in the same way that Padme is, but I wouldn't bet any amount of money on that. And then obviously Droideca's going up, I kind of touched on. Really hurts my list building because I wasn't focused on snails. I was focused on my 3 units of Droidecas.
Right.
So yeah, I have to revisit my my experimental droid list and kind of figure out which way to go. But yeah, I was already leaning towards in general separatist play. I've not been putting the Droidecas in, it's only been in experimental. So yeah, I'm not overly upset. I know what they were doing was very efficient and they probably could have gone up. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's also they have the suppressive gun, which if you just start, even if you don't kill someone, you just start panicking them. It's for the mission. It's effectively the same. So, yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't feel like they were burning the world down, but they were very efficient. So they probably needed to go up.
The thing that really has me interested in my Mandalorians, you know,
Yep.
I've got Darksaber for cheap. I've got Super Commandos 4 points cheaper. I've been back and forth on whether I'd just upgrade my extra body to being a gunslinger, or because I really like the 2 cached surges that the extra body gives you because they don't surge to hit normally.
Right.
So having that in the pool really helps. But equally 2 more dice.
Right.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Trade-offs.
And also like you get there's some good 4-point options in Legion. So there's a lot you can do there.
True. Yeah, but I mean, you're getting what 3 or 4 of these, so you're actually looking at 12 or 16 points back.
Yeah, but like you can put targeting scopes on each unit.
Yeah,
and
it's true
because you get free aims, so you're getting extra benefits from them. There's, like I said, there's a bunch you can do. Then the pikes came down, the disruptor came down, 4 points there, which again I feel like you just slap back into a unit to bring it back to its old points, but they now get returning scopes for free.
Yep. Seems good.
Do you want to hit the good guys or the bad guys next?
Yeah, we'll hit the good guys. So Galactic Empire.
I lay them up, you knock them down, smooth as you like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all green across the board for the Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
Death Troopers came down 6, which is good.
Did you watch my video? This is just a Deploy the Garrison update, right?
It sure is. It sure is. Across the board.
Yeah.
We like it. It's awesome. Yeah, short. So Death Troopers. All right. We got our Scarif people. We got Shore Troopers coming down. Oh, look, more Scarif. And it's, the base unit, the heavy, and the full squad. Like
that full squad is down. Very appealing now.
Yeah. I mean, the full squad is the same price as the old unit, but now it's 46 for the bigger squad now. I think, and we see this with the Rebel veterans as well, is these speed one prepared position ones they overvalued, and they
Yeah.
brought them down significantly.
Yeah, they called that out specifically in the article, right? That they
Yep.
overvalued that combination. But yeah, as we're going to get to as well, you have another upgrade which kind of helps these guys and will help the veterans as well. But yeah,
Yep.
I think there's interesting play in those Sure Troopers. The Death Troopers helps me my Scarif list as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Stormtrooper Riot Squad isn't in my my Scarif list. Maybe it will do now. Maybe I'll have to change stuff
Maybe it will.
around.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I had, before this update came out, I had finally bought one squad, because it's like, okay, well, let's try the Riot Squad. Let's see what they do. With the escalation league, let's try it. And then it's like, surprise, here's 18 points cheaper on the the KX Riot Squad. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm gonna go back to the store and I'm gonna buy a second one before someone else does, because I would like a second one now.
Yeah.
And hobby report. I think I'm going to start every time we have a podcast. Yeah, I want you to keep me accountable. Make sure I'm making progress on the hobby. I have built one set of those Riot Squad, so we're making progress.
Good.
We'll get some paint on something eventually, but right now I'm just assembling things, which I haven't put a model together in a while, except for I guess the one dewback. But
Yeah.
we're gonna start making progress on hobby, and boy, Riot
Yeah.
Squads are going to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a good change. Obviously, they as well have other things to help them.
Yep.
Stormtroopers down to 40 feels real cheap. 40 points for a Stormtrooper squad feels real cheap.
Yeah.
That's a territory where I'm now happy to just take naked Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
How long have we been? We're on season 4, episode 6, and I'm now happy. You know what, Alan? I'll take a 4-man Stormtrooper squad for 40 points.
Well, I'm gonna burst your bubble. That's the squad upgrade.
Oh no! Oh,
yeah.
So it's 84 points, 86 points.
Yeah, so 82. So they're 42 right now. And then an additional 40 for another.
How many points is it? It's 20 points
guys.
for a T21.
I think so. Here, let me doing it live. Let's see.
I've got tabletop handbook as well, because of course.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so 42 for the base unit, and then we can add. Is it another 4 or is it 5 for the?
It's 5 that gets added.
The crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Because in my Scarif list, I was looking at. I went DLT 19 and the squad. This was before they came down in price. So yeah, 102 points. And I would be putting recon intel on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. 102 and
no,
money.
did I put? Yeah, then because you can also try and fish for prepared positions to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put them out as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, that coming down a few points. 102 for T21 or DLT Stormtrooper squad. I mean, heck, even 82 for 9 bodies of red save armor. It's not bad. It's not bad.
And then we have the speeder bikes as well. We already spoke about those, but I think that's a quiet little buff for Blizzard there, because generally Blizzard, I feel like
that's
if you
40 points
Blizzard,
back.
You take 4 bikes, right? Someone's going to tell me that you take the E-Web, but
I don't know.
I'm setting my ways, man. I'm setting my ways. I want those 4 units of bikes.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to the upgrades, but I think the same ones that help, like Shores and Vets, make that E-Web possibility a lot more compelling.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 4, I don't know. It certainly makes it a choice. But, like, just getting 40 points back off of, like, base Blizzard Force again seems all right.
Yeah.
Seems all right.
Yep. Then we have Rebels. That's the last one, right? We've done the others.
Yep. Yep.
So we're gonna just start off with big dog, right? Ahsoka coming down 30 points feels absolutely
Huge.
ridiculous.
It's a
Like
huge drop. It's a bold move, Cotton.
Like Ahsoka was number one. So let me frame this. I wanted to make a Jyn, Cassian, K2 list, and I kept changing it to Ahsoka and Bad Batch. So my theme for this list is Jyn, Cassian, K2. And every time I'm like, you know what? Ahsoka and Bad Batch seems pretty good. And that was before I got 30 points to play with.
Well, yeah. And there's a certainly a compelling reason, because there's the teamwork card between Sabine and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I mean, if you brought Sabine and Ahsoka, you got an entire unit back.
So do you want me to tell you how I did it? I think I posted it in the Crate Discord. But I have a Rebel list that I was very happy with. It uses I have no command unit, no HQ. What it is? What is it called? I've forgot the name.
Commander.
Commander. That's the word. Commander slot. I have nothing in my commander slot because I just take the field commander land speeder. It's going to blow itself up. You know what? I'll nominate Ahsoka as my commander once he's dead. I don't mind.
Oh no. Anyways.
So it was. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Deleted it. Yeah.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
So it's 999 out of 1,000, 11 activations. So we got Ahsoka Tano with saber throw, reflexes, tenacity, and offensive defensive stance. I guess that just never leaves defensive stance, right? Because she has Dark Eye. Yeah. Sabine with situational awareness, combat shield, electro grapple line, and the dark saber. Gosh, all of that. 5 points. 5 points. 5 points. 5 points.
Do you know what I didn't know existed? Sabine's electro grapple line.
Oh, it's been in the game for a while.
Oh, I know.
She came out with it.
I know. Didn't even know it was a card. We've been again. It's season 4, Alan. I didn't even know that card existed, and now I'm like, well, I've got points to throw around. Fly.
May as well.
Boy's going, yeah. It's great.
And then 3 rebel troopers with the ion trooper and extra body. All right. 2 sleeper cells with the astromech situational and scopes. 3 laser cannon RTs and the land speeder with unstable rocket, shriv, and ion blaster. Yeah, this is a very stacked list. Even with all the points going up on sleepers and ATRTs, you just get it all back in Ahsoka and Sabine.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I see what you did there. I see what you tried to do.
Did you build this like anti-droid? Because that's a lot of ion hate for droids.
Yeah. I figured that I'll build it anti-anything because there's a lot of impact, but those guns still hurt.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ion, and but
it has critical too. So like, even if you're not shooting something that needs ion, the critical is solid.
Because the rebel troopers don't surge. So,
gosh,
that's the ultimate glass cannon list that I was looking at. Yeah, it seems fun.
Yeah. I'm pulling up.
See what I mean? I'm just excited to build and paint every faction at the moment. It's disappointing.
Yeah,
I like it when I hate Legion and don't want to do any painting.
Yeah, I got rid of all my rebel stuff, but like, boy, seems really good.
On the horizon.
I mean, if we can get away from sleeper cells a little bit, then I'll be happy. But I think even going up 12 points, you're still going to see them. You're still going to see the ATRTs, because the ATRTs, even though like at the standard kit went up 69, nice. Like it's still like it's a good kit that's just like an all comers that range 4 poke. It's got impact 3. It's a solid unit that you can plink at anything really.
The problem with the Rebel one at the moment is I don't feel like any of the other weapon options allow the Rebels to play. I think you have to take the laser cannon in Rebels. I don't think they have enough in anywhere else for that specific tool set. So
Sure.
like, yeah, I'd love to take a rotary blaster, but I'm not paying. Like, I feel like laser cannon needs to be 15, and the other two need to come down. Right, flamer,
Maybe.
and I love flamers.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that's
Yep.
always where my list was starting flamers, and they still do in Gar a lot of the time because I
Sure.
have other things that offer what that laser cannon does. But
Right.
in Rebels, I feel like you just need those ATRTs to sit back. Like, you need 2 ATRTs with laser cannons in a lot of Rebel lists at the moment.
Yeah, just because it fills that impact requirement, the range 4 capability.
Yeah.
I mean, with small dice pools becoming relevant again, I mean, we've been in New Legion for about a year now. But with small dice pools being relevant, they can hit anything and
Yeah.
reliably be able to hit anything from across the table effectively.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
still solid. Points go up. It's just I think it's mostly just reining in the efficiency that Rebels have had for a while because you could have all these tools and then they're so cheap that you just have 12 or 13 activations as well. Bringing you
Yeah.
back
And
down with this list brings you into line with a lot of other ones where you're at 11. You don't have that crazy activation advantage as well as these heavy hitting units.
yeah, we'd be remiss to not mention Mandalorian Resistance coming down to 62 as well. But that kind
Yep.
of closes out the points changes for us.
Also very good. I think
Yeah.
they
I
they
suppose
were
we didn't specifically call out Rebel Veterans as well, but yeah, Resistance and
yep.
Vets both came down.
Yep. Yeah, the vets themselves didn't come down, but their heavy and their squad both came
Yeah.
down.
Like
But
that
you're always going to take
CM
the
093 feels really expensive for 26. And
sure.
I still think it's expensive at 22, to be honest. But
Well, it comes back to that's their range 4 poke. And
yeah.
um with what we're getting to next, like they're going to need that long range. I think it's being slow than wanting to get the long range. I think it's probably fair.
Um
It's probably fair that it
it's
came
4
down
white
that little
dice,
bit.
man. It's
Yeah,
4 white
range
dice.
4 with critical 2.
Again, this just comes down to my dislike of white dice, isn't it? Though,
Yeah. Yeah.
like 22 points for if I had an option, I wouldn't take it. Like, if this was
Sure.
a stormtrooper gun, I would never take it.
I suppose, but like okay, for if we compare it to the T21, which is pretty much the same type of gun, right? It's
Yeah,
4 white dice, critical 2. The Stormtrooper one is 1-3
yeah,
for 20 points. This is 1-4 for 22. So for
yeah.
2 extra points, you get an entire extra range band. I think
Um,
that's a fair price to pay for it.
there's a reason why I don't take the T21 more often than not. Either. I take the
And there's that too.
DLT-19. So
Sure.
because Stormtroopers
Which
already
point then?
surge.
Yes. Well, and so
Yeah,
with the rebels, they don't, right?
yeah.
So, or do the
Rebel
vets?
vets do, yeah.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so you're not really gaining. You're gaining the
yeah,
range band for 4 white dice.
I
I just feel
suppose.
like it could be 18 points.
Mm,
Like, what's the Rebel Trooper gun that's like 12 points? The shotgun thing that's stupidly cheap.
yeah. Let's see. It's 13 for the
Yeah, but
shotgun.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
just 4 dice at 1 to 2 impact 1. Yeah, it's 2 red, 2 white even.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
feel like that could be 18, but you know, it's fine. It's just to me, it still feels expensive.
Sure.
Okay.
I
So
guess.
before we go on to the upgrades, I wanted to talk about, and this is ambushing Alan, so everyone can enjoy this bit as well.
Oh boy, here we go again.
We have giveaway time. So,
Oh,
yeah. I've got
do
too
we
much
get to our
stuff building
marker?
up. No, I've got too much stuff
Oh.
building up, and we're not getting any subscribers fast enough. So the viewers outplayed me. Well done.
You blinked
just not,
first.
Yeah, just not subscribing was fine because Kris has got too much crap in his house and has a wife who wants some of it gone. So rather than wait until we hit 2,000 subscribers, and I know that you guys aren't subscribed because 87% of the people who watch this video weren't subscribed. So come on, just click the button. But yeah, rather than wait until we get to 2,000 subs for next giveaway, I thought we could just do something in June. So
there you go.
I've got a new inbox Jyn Erso I'm going to give away because I bought one and I already had one. So I'm going to give that away. All you have to do is subscribe to a YouTube channel and then comment on this video telling us which one of these new upgrades that we're going to talk about you're most excited for and how you're going to use it. So subscribe, tell us how you're going to use new upgrade, and at the end of June, I'll pick someone from the comments at random and I'll get in touch with you to give you a free Jyn Erso. Oh, there you go.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise giveaway. Well done. You outplayed me by not subscribing quick enough. But, you know, this will hopefully get us closer to giving this one away. And we will get closer to giving
to the 2,000.
Yeah. Yeah. It is going up. Like, we are getting more subscribers and the videos are getting more views and the shorts are doing well. But the speed at which it is growing, I feel we can do better. I feel like we can knock it out of the park and it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
So that said, we have some new universal upgrade cards.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I am going to put these on the screen. They'll probably go in the middle between you and me. Or when we do the shorts, I'll crop it all so that it covers up most of my face and it's just your handsome mug that people have to look at.
No.
But all of that's going to have to happen in post. So where do you want to start?
Oh, man. It's hard. Actually, it's not hard. Imperial March looks real spicy. Going straight to the riot troops, just like the poor riot control squad has just been so maligned because, I mean, frankly, I didn't even buy one until a week and a half ago, and now I bought in 2. But like, it's real cool. So Imperial Core only. You can equip it even if you don't have a training slot. And looking at the clarification, if you do have a slot for one of these cards, it does take that slot. It doesn't give you a free slot.
No.
But you can equip it even if you don't. So it's a similar thing to like the B1s for a while could equip like the backup integrated comms and binoculars. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's really simple. When this unit makes a second move action during its activation, it increases its speed by 1 during that move action. There are 2 units that are immediately like, oh, really?
Snow Troopers.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I am going to say Scout Troopers. Because I'll play Remnant all day long, my friend. I almost use a once worth of a month there. Because I'll play those bad boys in Remnant all day long.
That's true. So there was a clarification because in list building, your scouts and your death troopers are counted as core during list building, which is when you put all your stuff
Imperial Remnant.
for Imperial Remnant Battle Force.
Yeah.
So these can also go on those guys.
Yeah.
Which is
they can.
Spicy. Yeah. So just having snowtroopers or riot control just running at you seems really good. Additionally, when this unit makes a move during its activation, it may X, so it has the icon for X, so expend.
Yeah.
You get rid of the card afterwards. This card, if you do, it gains charge until the end of its activation. Which there are some niche cases, I guess that would be fine. But like slapping it on riot control, just they already have charge natively, so you never have to expend this, and it's awesome. 6 points. We're gonna see this a lot in Empire.
Yep.
Empire's looking real cool with a lot of these. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
I think it's going to be cool. I am a fan, but you have some good options there. And I said Imperial March on that big fat Stormtrooper squad we spoke about earlier. 10 Stormtroopers running into you with charges and isn't nothing. I mean, it's bludgeoning white dice, but it'd be fine. I do think Snowtroopers get a lot from it with steady.
Yep. With steady.
Just you get the speed 1, speed 2 move, and you get still shooting. It's good. I like it.
Oh yeah. No, this is going to be.
And Snowtroopers like getting closer quicker because of flamethrowers. So I mean, ion guns, but whatever.
I mean, flamethrower, because they have the extra speed. Like flamethrowers might become part of the conversation again.
Yeah, I think so. Also, just grenades in general, right? Kind of benefit from being able to clip that range 1 easier. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pick. I'm going to try and stay on the same page, so we're not scrolling up and down too much. But I think the next one I want to look at would be Trusted Agent.
Oh, that's not the one I thought you were going to go for. Yeah, Trusted Agent is.
Yeah.
It's neat. I mean, we read it here. During the issue order steps of the command phase, you may expend this card. If you do, choose one allied operative unit and issue that unit an order. So it's like another seize the initiative, but it takes a different slot. So you can still use your comm slot for something else. And it doesn't have to be on that unit. Yeah.
But I really like this for there's a couple of options, obviously. Like you can use this, unlike one of the other options we're going to talk about later. You can use this to make sure Bad Batch have got their order, or your Ahsoka's got her order, or all of those spicy rebel operatives that I want to look at.
Jyn, Cassian, whoever, yeah. Bosk. Although usually you like him not having an order.
But it lets you just. So there's been a couple of times where I ran the Seize the Initiative. It's a card, right? Where you exhaust it. So you
expend it and you get the order.
Expend it to get the order. Because getting early activation and having control over which unit it's on is it's important, right? But you want to be able to make sure Op Vader has his order when you don't want to play the Vader card, right?
Yep.
There you go. I trust you, Vader. Right? Put this on Tarkin
or give it Callus, any of the Inquisitors, stuff like that. Yep. Oh
okay.
Boy.
I mean, do you want to do the other side of that card, which is, and it's not double-sided or anything, but obviously the strike team leader would be the kind of parallel to that.
Yeah, so this one goes on the operative only, and it's during setup. This unit may choose an allied special forces unit that has the same affiliation or faction as this unit. At the start of each activation phase, the chosen unit gains 1 aim or dodge token. if it is within 2 of this unit. Additionally, the chosen unit may provide backup to this unit. So the special force can provide backup to the strike team leader equipped unit. So, it gives you the effect of retinue to a special forces unit without giving them that keyword.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why they did that this way. Probably because it'll let you double up. So if you do like Clan Ren with Sabine, give Sabine strike team leader, you can double up the aims or dodges because you have the retinue trigger and then this trigger.
Yeah, if you don't take the Dark Saber on Maul, you get to have. No, Maul doesn't have. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does have this swap, but then you can put it onto rote cast commandos and just double up there. There's a bunch of instances that let you do this, but yeah, I think like Callus is a good shout for it. Again, there's so many cheap operatives. Again, weird. It would be really nice if Padme was just running around for 60 points, getting backupped, and giving out even more tokens.
Yeah, not bad. Send some arcs with her to protect her on her secret mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems good.
That's good. Yep.
So,
okay.
One thing to keep in mind, though, is you have to have the same affiliation or faction. So,
we had this
Bad Batch and
right?
Rebels. Yeah, so Bad Batch and Rebels, they are mercenaries and they are rogue, not they're not rebels. They're rogues.
Yes.
You can take them in Rebels, but it's a different thing. So it's not going to work.
The faction is mercenary. Their affiliation is rogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're putting this on. Like, you could fit it in there. You're going to spend 8 points to do nothing. So just pay attention to making sure you're doing it. As long as you stay in faction, you'll be fine. And it's 8 points for a bunch of free tokens seems good.
Yeah. So let's have a look at so this one's a good one. This is one I like on my Wookiees. So probably where
I was wondering when you were going to get that one. Yeah.
Strike and Fade. Unit with Speeder X only. You may equip this card even if you don't have the
training
slot. After this unit makes an attack, you may attack action. You may exhaust this card. If you do, this unit makes a move action. You know what I was complaining just the other day about how I mispositioned my photocraft and chose to keep them in shooting rather than getting them out of there. Why not both?
What? Yeah, you could. They just let you. You could do both.
Yeah. I love doing 3 speed, 3 moves with my photocraft and shooting.
Yep. Well, do you have a way to recover it though? Because you're going to be exhausting it.
Yeah, because I can't. I'll just guidance them with Yoda. Get it recovered. I've got nothing better to do. Look, I'm 120 point support unit. I'm not. It's like 150 or whatever. But I'm a nice cheap support unit now. Just spend all your time recovering other people's cards.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thing you can do, but still.
So, in honesty, for my use case, I don't think I really need to recover it. And generally, around about turn 3, going into turn 4, you could probably recover one of them quite easily. Because you're playing for positioning onto objectives at that stage. So you're not necessarily needing those butt guns in the fight all the time.
But
it does solve a lot of problems with those photocraft that you can get yourself into, even with the free pivots now. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think this goes... So getting our 10 points back on Staps and...
Speeder bikes.
Speeder bikes and the Gar
Bark speeders.
The Gar ones. Bark speeders. There it is. I just lost the name for a moment. But getting our 10 points back so we could put another 5 on this, I think putting these on everybody is pretty good. Like Blizzard Force with all the speeders, they're still very fragile. And if you want to shoot, then they're exposed. Whereas with this, I can compulsory move, make a shot, and then get behind line of sight.
Do you know what else you can do with this card? You'll enjoy this one.
Yeah.
You know a Rebel Land Speeder?
Oh no.
With Unstable Astromech?
Oh no.
How would you like if I move shot, move shot?
I don't like
move,
that.
shot, shot, move. What? Move, shot, move, shot. Yeah.
Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
How would you like it if I could just apply this firepower wherever I wanted at any point in the game?
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Yeah. This is just a good card. I'm very happy with it. I feel like this is a really interesting design space. It kind of lets you play those slightly more fragile units a little bit easier. And just putting this out there, I think that the Weequay tank doesn't have wheels.
You think it's a speeder?
Oh,
and not hover?
It would be nice if it was a speeder.
You know what? It doesn't have notches on the side of that base. But it could still be hover, because isn't the bus?
I know.
The bus is still hover, right? And it just can't.
Yeah.
It can't strafe though.
No.
Maybe.
It would be nice.
We'll find out.
Yep.
Guess we'll find out.
Okay, so let's get to. I feel like we're gonna hit a bunch of these, but I'm gonna punt it out there as an underwhelming card, and then you can tell me if I'm wrong. So the force upgrades in this one. So dark side only terror.
Yeah.
While this unit isn't. Yeah. So while this unit is not engaged, when an enemy unit within range 2 and line of sight of this unit makes a ranged attack targeting another allied unit, the attacking unit gains 1 suppression token after this attack is resolved. Don't know about you, but if the enemy dark side force user is in range 2 and line of sight of me, I'm probably shooting that thing because I need to. Because
it's about to
get
crash
it dead.
into
you.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that. And it's kind of I don't know. But there's also, like, if it's already activated and you want to be able to shoot something else, it's an aggro pull, right? You're trying to force them to shoot at your force unit. Like, you're trying to get it to force shots at Vader or something that has deflect, and you don't necessarily want to shoot into that deflecting unit. But I saw someone post, maybe like if you grab the Inquisitors out, if they all have this, that's 18 points. It's a lot. Like, even if they shoot at one of the force users, they didn't shoot at the other two, so they're going to shoot at you and still take 2 suppression.
That was the use case I was going to suggest. Was I think Separatists and Empire could both get a little bit of use out of it just because of the amount of sabers it can bring.
Yeah, where they're saturating. But I don't know. It seems expensive for a niche.
That's a lot of lightsabers committed to range 2 of a single unit to apply suppression when you could have just taken a mortar.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're getting close in points. So those are the most underwhelming ones. When we're gonna hit a bunch of force upgrades, and it kind of all of them were okay. I see what you're trying to do, but it's not Imperial March, is it?
Nope.
Not every card can be, but
Nope.
Mission objective. What's your thoughts on mission objective? Do you want to read one? Let you have a read.
It's a training upgrade, and it doesn't have the caveat that you can put this on anybody. Trooper only training slot. When this unit attacks an enemy that is holding or contesting 1 or more objective tokens, during the reroll attack dice step, you may exhaust this card. If you do, this unit rerolls 1 attack die. At the start of this unit's activation, ready this card. I guess. I mean, it gives you like an observation token whenever you're hitting someone that is contesting, which
So I did have one niche that I think is okay, but it's so far. Does this not just replace on the hunt for a bunch of units that you like the old sniper units where you'd take on the hunt? You just take this now, right? Because it's a small dice pool anyway. Yeah, you're only re-rolling one die, but you're re-rolling one die on every shot rather than hoping that the other person's wounded.
sure. It's I mean, yeah, that would be the case for it. But
Yeah, you
yeah, I
need
guess it
that
would trigger
small
more.
dice pool, right?
It would trigger more often, but it doesn't. It's not as potent, and you can only use it for the one attack. But I mean, each unit generally is only going to have one attack anyway.
Yeah, so you're not going to put it on CAD. Well, it's only gunslinger is shooting twice. It's got to be
right.
that small attack pool where you just want to like. Again, I'm not suggesting this, but it's that kind of thing of like, oh, I'll put it on Padme because she's stupidly cheap. So as long as she's hanging around an objective, which I want her to be, her dice is now, you know what I mean? 3 red dice, you probably need an observation token rather than an aim. So you're not having to waste an action on an aim.
You just re-roll one blank.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So
6 seems like a lot. It'd be a lot more than I would want to pay for an effect like this. But I guess it's very analogous to On the Hunt, except it triggers more often. I don't know. It's going to be a wait and see on that one.
Yeah, and that's if you were taking On the Hunt on something, have a look at this card and see if it fits a use case better.
Sure. It's going to trigger more reliably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have agency over it triggering, right? Rather than the randomness of the dice and what models your opponent takes off.
Yes, especially because you can use it against like normal troopers, like normal core, because you'll almost never be able to. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to trigger that because unless it's B2s,
you need a wounded model.
Yeah. So you'll probably trigger it more often.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you thought, but that doesn't mean it's good.
And it self-recovers, so...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably better than On the Hunt, then.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go on to page 2, because I feel like we hit all of page 1. We've got at the other power player that I'm pretty interested in here. Dug in.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Emplacement trooper or trooper unit with prepared positions only. You may equip this card even if you do not have a training upgrade slot on the unit card. While this unit is completely within allied territory and while it does not have a face down order token, this unit rolls red defense dice instead of white defense dice when rolling its cover pool. It's pretty good.
Man, that is okay. Spicy.
So, prepared positions gives you a dodge token just from being in prepared positions anyway. So, at the very least, for a unit like Rebel Troopers or Shore Troopers, like Shore Troopers, double red saves. The first one surging double red saves if you're in heavy cover.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Yeah. Man, I wish I had some barricades in my advantage deck. Oh, you can.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, that fortified position seems like a better choice now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was Shores coming down, Vets coming down.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Shores, this is like, we're perfectly happy just sitting back here and blanking at range 4. I don't have a problem now sitting back, aiming, long shot. Just go.
Yeah. This one kind of allows me to feel good about playing Rebel Veterans as well. Doesn't make me
Sure.
feel good about playing Echo Base yet. I'll have to kind of sit down, and I think I'd need table time of Echo Base before I was comfortable, because I feel like it's just not mobile enough. Unless they got some kind of Imperial March ability to give them that extra speed. I'm not quite feeling Echo Base. Maybe I'm disrespecting Tons, and obviously we'll get Han and Luke on Tons at some point, which should kind of buff them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I'd be happy dipping my toe into a veteran unit in a standard list now.
Sure. Well, I mean, if there's any one unit that this gets stapled on, it's going to be the FD cannons.
Yeah.
They're always going to be in your deployment zone.
Yep.
Always. Like, it's just, yeah. And most of the time, they should be, if you place them correctly, they'll be in heavy cover.
I'll not show you that 4 FD list that I made earlier.
Gross. But, I mean, giving the FDs more staying power for 6 points seems solid. Seems solid.
Okay. Let's go with Tranquility. This is another force power, so I've already told you that I'm underwhelmed, but after another allied unit within range 2 of this unit rallies, but before it makes its make action step, you may exhaust this card. If you do, roll a number of white dice equal to this unit's courage value. For each block and surge result rolled, this unit and the allied unit remove 1 suppression token. When you would recover this card, you may instead exhaust this card. If you do, roll red defense dice instead of white defense dice when resolving this card's effect. So when you would exhaust this card. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you exhaust it, you may expend the card.
Yeah.
So it's instead of tap, it's the X.
Oh, it's a lot of words for I help someone else recover when I could have just taken some Inspire.
Yeah, but so again, with suppression being starting to be felt out more, where you just suppress a unit down to get them to not count, when you need a unit to count, having this in your back pocket to have, because this is not when Inspire triggers. This is a different window.
Yeah, this is a different window.
Like, there's definitely
I'm going to let you talk, because
to
everything that Alan's going to say here is going to be 100% correct, and then I'm going to counter at the end. But go for it.
I think there's a good 10 points maybe, but
there you go. 10 points in the
10 points is where it's going to be like, I don't know. The effect is good, because when you need to score the points, like, this gives you that option, especially being able to, like, I absolutely have to make this rally roll, like, right now. I didn't rally because let's see, after they rally. So if they don't rally and you're like, let me try again.
Yeah.
And then you can try with red dice, and you're like, absolutely, I need this to go through right now. Like, there are going to be points where this could win you the game.
Yep.
I think most of the time, probably not, though.
Let's have a quick look. Okay, so let's Rebels. You've got Luke, or you've got Ahsoka. Luke's got 1 force slot, or I suppose you could play Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker if you really want to go all in on spending 10 more points.
Yeah.
Because he didn't come down. He's still 165 points.
Well, and he should be, because he's he's still really good.
But, like, force reflexes, you like saber throw. So do you
force barrier, burst of speed?
Yeah. You know what you see what I'm saying? Like, how do you fit it in? Like, you're not putting it on Commander Luke.
No,
Ahsoka,
I don't think so.
You like again, you want the dodges, so you're taking force reflexes.
Taking that stance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's training. Never mind.
Yeah. So you're taking force reflexes, and then burst of speed's good in Ahsoka. Force push is obviously great, but it's 40 points. Saber throw is good in Ahsoka, and then you don't have space.
Yeah.
So
it's the opportunity cost that makes it more expensive than just as 10 points. And that's fair.
And
it's
then
fair.
Republic, like maybe I could put it on Yoda. Maybe I could put it on Yoda. I think that's, but again, Yoda's speed 1, so he's got to keep up with the units that he's.
Yeah, because he's got to be close enough to actually do what he needs to do.
So, yeah, it feels hard, man. It's a struggle. I went with improvised orders and the 3 lots of attack and fade or whatever it's called.
Strike and
fade.
Yep.
So yeah, it just, I get it. It's just a hard sell.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's very niche, but like it's a game pivoting event. It's a little more niche than like force push, but it could still have an outsized like game warping effect that like force push does.
You know what really makes it something that I can't take though? It's exactly that reason. Oh man, I didn't roll off that suppression I need to roll off. Oh, it's okay. I'm in range. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to exhaust it. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to go red die. I'm going all in, and then you still rolled blanks. And then
it feels real
that
bad.
So feels bad that I probably soured my own gaming experience by being a petulant child.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on, shall we? I think we've done that one with death.
Yeah, well, we're getting pretty close now. We've got 4 more cards to go. We've got one more force one, which I'm just going to make you get out of the way now. Come on, tell us all about clairvoyance, which just works for everybody.
Yeah, there's no restrictions. When this unit attacks or defends, it may expend this card at the start of the modify attack dice or modify defense dice step. If it does, it re-rolls all of its attack die or defense dice, then changes any of its surge attack or surge block results to a result indicated on its unit card. It may not modify that attack or roll defense dice further. I don't like that.
Pay 10 points for that? No.
I mean, no, not really.
So I was trying to think of a way to use this offensively. So, there's all those times when you'd have like those units to get extra white dice. But I'm like, you know what? If I ever take this, I'm just sitting on it for when I roll 3 out of 5 blanks on my defense roll.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I'm having another go. You know what? We're gonna pretend that never happened. I'm gonna roll again.
Sure.
But
like
10 points.
I feel like the one use case might be on Obi-Wan with him being able to re-roll on a Guardian something, and then he just blanks out on the re-roll as well. You can pop this and then do it again. Except that, like, I feel like, I don't know. I haven't looked at it super hard. I looked at it. I'm like, well, that seems not great. And then I dismissed it. And I didn't really dig into it like I did with some of the other corner cases. But I don't know, because it specifically says at the start of the modify attack dice. So you have to do it probably before.
Yeah, that's why I feel like
and other stuff with trigger. It's just like,
that's it. You have to.
I haven't done my research though.
Like, you have to do it as like I've got no other mods, so I literally I just blanked out. This
Sure.
is the and if it was any unit, if you took it and it was like the old X-Wing Emperor Palpatine thing of just once per game,
Sure.
this is your mulligan. You paid 10 points somewhere in your list to give you a mulligan. But it's the unit that it's on, and it's a force upgrade, so opportunity cost of that. And yeah. Like someone will take it and it'll rock their world because they won't lose the really special, cool force wielding monster. But, you know what I mean?
It's fine. Like if you have an extra slot, right? It's if you have the extra 10 points and you have the extra slot that you're not already using. Maybe.
Yeah, which you won't have because you'd have used all these other upgrades that don't need slots somewhere else.
Right.
So dug in can be the next one.
We did dug in.
No, sorry, extra supplies. Sorry.
There we go. Okay. At the end of this unit's activation, you may expend this card. If you do, ready one of its this unit's non-force upgrades.
Yeah. So
cool.
Not as good as I initially thought it was because I was like, oh, I just get an extra prepared supplies, but no, because that's an expend, not an exhaust. But it's like offensive push, kind of that sort of stuff. You can redo your HQ uplinks, all of that kind of thing.
And it does it for 5 points. It's not free, but it removes the action cost of recovering.
Yeah. So seems okay. Again, there'll be lots of builds where it'll function, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to be meta defining. It just lets you do your trick twice, right?
So one trick that I think would be pretty neat was like if we look at Commander Luke, if we decide to give him, well, no, we can't.
Because it's a force. Yeah, no,
I was about to say force push. Yeah. Oh no, never mind.
No.
Never mind. Doing it live.
Can he do it, Captain?
Yep. Alan getting it wrong live.
It's all right. Oh, well. You've got to correct me a bunch this show, so and I still missed expend like 3 times in a row, so we're good. You're still winning.
Nah, well,
it's put in the comments. You can keep a running tally of who's winning the most. Who's the worst host on Whack and Focus? Is it Kris? Is it Alan? Who's winning?
Oh boy.
Spotter uplink.
Yeah, this one seems interesting.
It's cheap.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When another allied unit declares a ranged attack against an enemy unit within range 1 and in line of sight of this unit, if this unit is not in melee, the attacking unit gains Sharpshooter 1.
Yep.
Yeah. So
what's neat is
it's only 3 points is what's neat.
It's 3 points. And the part that Sharpshooter 1, specifically Sharpshooter will stack. So if you have 2 units in range of your target unit, it stacks. You get Sharpshooter 2. There's nothing beyond Sharpshooter 2, but it'll stack. Putting this on speeder bikes, running them in. I mean, the problem with that is then your speeder bikes are exposed because they're line of sight of whatever you're trying to punk. But
so you say speeder bikes, what you mean is swoop bikes.
Yes. Yeah, because they're overrunning and getting all up in there.
And they also have strike and fade.
Yep. Well, if you're running with strike and fade, then you might be out of that range. But
I use it to overrun back over them.
Oh, sure.
Because they're overrun 2. Oh, God. Right?
So I see it.
I speeder moved, then I moved close to them, then I shot them, then I moved over them, and I compulsory move.
And then
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to make me really, really sad with my Fluttercraft. And I'm going to be so mad because I don't actually rate this card. I feel like the the niche units you've got to put it on are going to be fine, but they're normally easy to deal with. But someone's going to park 2 of these units near my photocraft and absolutely wreck me and make me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it seems fine. Just you have to work it, right? It's not something you're getting for free. So
Yeah.
and
But
then
I mean, it's a neat effect. I think it'll have some niche cases. Like one of my buddies built a triple bark double ISP list that all the barks have the spotter uplink.
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so final one everyone's been waiting for.
I'm excited about this one.
12 points for door gunners.
Door gunner time.
Yeah.
All right. Unit with transport only. It's a crew upgrade. Units may equip this card even if they do not have a crew upgrade slot on their unit card. After this unit makes an attack action during its activation, if it did not add this weapon to an attack pool during that attack action, it may make a free attack action using only this weapon, even though it has already made an attack action this turn. So, mounted blaster, range 1 to 2, 2 white, 2 black, fixed sides.
Yeah.
4 extra dice, 1 to 2 for 12 points.
Yeah, it's interesting. Where are you putting it?
Sure.
Obviously, it's going on buses. I mean,
it's going on buses for sure. I think if lats really start coming out more, it's going on lats. I have to look at the Gav. I think
so the Gav you can do something interesting because it's a transport that doesn't have the gunner slot. So you're getting it for free in that slot.
Yeah, because it's got a hard point.
So you get to shoot the main, you get to fire your guns and then an extra gun.
Right.
So,
and if you line up on the arc line, if your arc is on it, you can add it in the same attack, but you can also split it and then add more suppression.
Yeah, I don't feel. I feel like because then it uses your arsenal then right?
It would because it's an additional weapon, so you can put it in there, or you just
you never want to use it with your arsenal because
generally not.
Yeah.
So you could.
It doesn't have any keywords. Oh yeah.
Right. Like if you put General Weiss on, you get more arsenal, then maybe. But I think you're chasing something that you don't need to, because you're always going to be able to get to fire it. It's just going to be a separate attack pool.
Yeah. Which is fine, right? Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
And
what actually has a crew slot? Is it just the bus that has a crew slot with transport? Let me see.
Yeah, see,
I feel like I should have looked this up before.
The lat doesn't have it. The
bus has a crew slot.
The normal snail.
Oh, you could put door gunners on a snail. What tardation. I didn't even think about that.
And
look at that.
Pretty good.
Okay. Yep. You got a door gunner slot there too. Huh.
Yep.
Huh.
Pretty good.
Well then. Indeed.
I like it.
Yeah, so I think so nothing has crew slots except for the bus. So on the bus there is an opportunity cost, but otherwise, I mean, if you want battle bus, here it is.
So my assumption here again is that you're gonna get door gunners on the weak way tank, the WL05 or something, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. But I think this is
definitely
something trying to get the lat going. Latin in giving the
I mean, yeah,
the
it's called
bus
Dogunners,
more
right? You
options.
just get to play
Yeah.
flight
Yeah.
of the Valkyries and just fly around. And yeah, it'll
Full
be
Metal Jacket.
fun.
Oh, great. Nope.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're skipping that one.
No, yep. You know, the times we live in, I'm going to skip all of the cool
Yep.
references. Cool
100%.
references.
Cool references. But no, I think it's a neat upgrade. I mean, if we ever get a U-Wing, you know, you can have Biston back because he was the door gunner.
If we ever get a U-Wing, the base will take up the table and it will always sit below 45-degree angles on things.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
So
don't you worry about that.
I'm gonna guess obviously Imperial March is your favorite from these, right?
I think it has to be, just as the Imperial player. Imperial March is really good, but close second is going to be probably a tie between Door Gunners and Dug-In for what excites me. Door Gunners just seem so cool. They're so cool.
Yeah. I think Strike and Fade's probably my favorite. It's coming into it, goes straight into my Wookiee list, and I feel like I'll get play out of it in the Shadow Collective that I'm working on. So that's pretty interesting. Meta defining, I feel like we'll probably both agree Imperial March here, but feel free to disagree.
I think so. I would be willing to bet we're going to see a fair amount of Dug-In as well. More on probably more for Rebels, but I think both Imperial and Rebels could see Dug-In.
I have this challenge for the listeners and the viewers. I feel like they're gonna tell me that Imperial March is not enough to carry the Imperial faction on its back. I think it is. I think Imperial March changes Empire enough that we're going to see a definite increase in the win rate.
Yeah.
I think
I don't
the points changes and Imperial March
I think it's
in
combo.
Combination.
Yeah, I think it's the combo.
I don't think So Sure Troopers and Death Troopers, I don't think come into the meta. I feel like Death Troopers the squad size is still too small. They don't put out enough dice.
Mm-hmm.
Sure Troopers, maybe we see emplacement troopers, prepared position squads.
Sure.
Kind of change the meta, but I don't think you see more than one per list.
Yep.
Bikes, I still think, are in an awkward place because of the current mission pack. So yeah, maybe you get to play with your riot squads. But yeah, I don't think that's enough to define a meta. I think Imperial March. The listeners are free to comment and tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty convinced that this is a card that is going to carry the faction on its back for at least the next 12 months.
I think it's going to be an Imperial defining card. Whether it's enough to help them break into the meta more, that I'm less sure of. But the combination of the points, Riot Squad becoming a viable option, especially with this card, like between this card and the points reductions, I think Riot Squad, Riot Control becomes a much more interesting or viable unit. Whether viability makes the turn into meta competitive, that remains to be seen. But I think a lot between the cards and the points, Empire is going to be in a better place. Whether or not they are good enough, time will tell. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confident that this is enough to actually allow you to play Empire in the current environment and play reactive enough to get you onto objectives. It lets you not even just the brute force of getting riot troopers in quicker, getting snow troopers up and moving. Just on a cheap stormtrooper unit, I can keep them back And now I've got that extra distance when I need to turn 4, turn 5, get across the table. I'm moving speed 2, speed 3, speed 2, speed 3.
Yep.
Right. Yep. I'm pretty convinced that there's enough there to give them viability.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely ran long. So get
Tried.
wrecked, everyone. We didn't even try. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
We didn't try that hard. I feel like the excitement carried us through.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm hyped.
My
I'm
supper
real
will be
hyped for all
cold
this.
downstairs, but I was pushing through. I was excited. I don't even care. I'll eat cold sausage and mash for supper. It's fine. I wanted to talk Legion with you because I feel like there's a lot here, and
I agree. I'm very excited.
What else are you excited for? Do you get some early finish on Wednesday yet?
Early finish on Wednesday. Well,
this
maybe
coming Wednesday. Do you want to make
Maybe
sure you're
so.
home by 6
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
your time? Would it be?
Oh yeah, I'll be home.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that.
Good. Yeah.
As long as nothing comes up at work, knock on wood, everywhere, whatever.
Yeah. So
we're set.
By the time this episode is available to the public, we'll have already had AMG back on the show to discuss the ins and outs of these changes and everything that's gone into them. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get some developer insights and something that we've missed. And yeah, it'll be good. I'm excited. So make sure you tune in for that. There'll be a bonus drop effectively. And yeah, outside of that, it's time to deploy that garrison, Alan. Don't be blind.
We're not gonna be blind this time. There's some cool stuff.
Deploy those shore troopers and the death troopers. It's fine.
Go.
All right, everyone. Thanks, and we'll see you all next time.